So, as an international radiographer, you've finally passed the CAMRT, or the Canadian Association for Medical Radiation Technologists. Congratulations! But what's next? You've probably asked that question a lot of times and probably wondered what pathways you should take so you can enter Canada and work on your profession. Well, stay tuned because for today's video, I'll share to you some pathways that you can use as a guide to enter Canada so you can finally pursue your passion of being a radiographer here, because there are many pathways to choose from, and while that's great, take note that one pathway may work for you but not for others, so better watch the whole part 1 of this video so you can gain another insight. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share this video if you like it. Also, I've shared some beautiful clips here of our road trip during the winter season, and I hope through this you get inspired. The first one is the Express Entry Pathway. What is an Express Entry Pathway? It is an online system that is used to manage immigration applications from skilled workers. Skilled workers means that you've worked in either of these tier categories, tier 0, 1, 2, and 3. For the medical radiation technologist profession, we are under tier 2 category. Now, Express Entry has 3 immigration programs under it, and they are the Canadian Experience Class, the Federal Skilled Worker Program, and the Federal Skilled Trades Program. I am going to summarize only the 2 programs, which are the Canadian Experience Class and the Federal Skilled Worker Program, because those are the pathways we can usually choose, apart of course from the Provincial Nominee Program, but that will be in the part 2 of this. I will take only the gist of those 2 to not make this a long video. Here we go. For the Canadian Experience Class, this is actually for those skilled workers who have a 1-year Canadian work experience and have gotten the experience by working in Canada under an authorized temporary resident status. In addition, you must also show proof that you performed the duties listed in your NOC or National Occupational Classification. If you want to know the NOC of our profession, then look it up on one of my videos, as I have made a video of it, or just click the link above. This route is not usually taken by RadTechs because not all people wants to spend money studying here, but then again, do take note that part-time work experience is also accepted for the 1-year Canadian work experience. Remember that your skilled work experience must be a paid work and was not on a volunteer or unpaid internships. You will not be eligible in this one if you're a refugee, working without authorization, and the work experience was gained without a temporary resident status in Canada. Under the Canadian Experience Class still, you must take an approved language test and meet the minimum score required. Make sure that they are valid on the day you apply for your permanent residency, because they are only valid for 2 years after the date of the test result. There is no education requirement for this category. However, if you want to improve your rank in the Express Entry pool and be nominated for permanent residency, then you can either study in Canada, because you can get points for a certificate, diploma, or a degree from a Canadian secondary and post-secondary institution, or if you have an ECA or Educational Credential Assessment that is designed for immigration purposes, then you can also get points for that. If you want to know the process of student pathway, then click the link above so you can be routed on that video that I created. However, do take note that a student video pathway I made was not the updated one, as just recently IRCC has made an announcement of a new rule on who is permitted to study here. Lastly, on the Canadian Experience Class program, you must be admissible to enter Canada, and this can be decided by an immigration officer. The other immigration program under Express Entry is the Federal Skilled Worker Program. This is for skilled workers with foreign work experience, and this is the program that I used when I applied for a permanent residency, along with the provincial nominee that I got. To be eligible for this, you must meet all the minimum requirements such as the work experience, language, education, and then you will be assessed based on your age, education, work experience, valid job offer, language skills, and adaptability. Depending on your score, you'll be assigned an overall score of 100, and the current pass mark is 67. By the way, the points that you get here is different from the points that you will get from your profile in the Express Entry pool. If you don't get the current passing mark in the selection factor pool, then obviously you won't be able to go to the next stage, which is the Express Entry ranking pool. And just like in the Canadian Experience Class, your skilled work experience should fall either in the Tier 0, 1, 2, or Tier 3 category. For the skilled experience in the Federal Skilled Worker Program, you must be in the same type of job, meaning the same NOC as the job you want to use for your immigration application, or also called the primary application. It must be obtained within the last 10 years in Canada or abroad, must be paid, and must be at least 1 year of continuous work for 1,560 hours, either through getting a full-time job, full-time at more than one job, or equal amount in part-time. Also, if you are a student and you've gained experience here while studying, they may count it to your minimum requirements if the work was paid, no gaps in the employment, and if it meets other requirements of their program. The language test is also needed here, either English or French, and again, you must meet the minimum score required. I always had mine ready back then, and it did not matter if I had to renew it multiple times because the important thing is that I had it ready just in case, and it paid off. For the education in this category, you must be able to provide a certificate, diploma, or degree if you went to school here in Canada. But for those education or foreign education just like me, make sure to provide a completed educational credential like a diploma, and also ensure that you have an ECA or educational credential assessment meant for immigration purposes and is from a designated organization, and the report must show that your education is equal to a completed certificate, diploma, or degree from a Canadian secondary institution or post-secondary institution. You must also show some proof of your funds unless you already have a valid job offer from an employer here or are currently able to legally work here. And then, of course, you must be admissible to enter Canada. So far, those are the two pathways that you can choose from, assuming that you've already passed the CAMRT. There are some who came in here as a tourist though and applied for their CAMRT application here, but I have no contact anymore of how their application went through. There is also the provincial nominee program that you can use, meaning the province will be the one that will nominate you so you can gain more points and add it to your express entry score, but that will be on my next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this video. See you next time. Paalam!